So guys, how do we solve this interesting exponential equation? Now this equation looks very tricky. Why? Because of this roots. Kind of tricky. We have root x as a root. It looks very tricky, but this equation is actually very simple. Now to solve this, first of all, let us try to simplify that root. Okay, let's convert that root to a fractional power according to the law of indices. We're going to convert that root to a fractional power. So we are going to have 4 to the power of 1 over root x equals x to the power of root 2. Yes, using the law of indices. Don't forget, this root x is the base of that root. So now it will be converted to power. So we won't have any root again. Now from this, how can we now continue from here? Now what we should do from here is that we should try to isolate the variables and the constants. That is, let's separate the numbers from the letter. So let us bring the number to one side and the letter to the other side to make this easier to solve. So what are we going to do? First of all, we're going to try to bring the letter together. That is root x. We'll take it to the other side of the equation mathematically. Now how can we achieve that mathematically? We can achieve that by multiplying the power of both sides by root x. So you're going to have 4 to the power of 1 over root x times root x equals x to the power of root 2 times root x. So going further, we can say root x cancels root x, so we'll be left with 4 to the power of 1 equals x to the power of root x times root 2. Yes, root x times root 2. We are done with the first step. Now the second step is let's bring the numbers together. Now how do we achieve that? By multiplying the power of both sides by 1 over root 2. So we're having 4 raised to the power 1 times 1 over root 2 equals x to the power of root x times root 2 over root 2. Yes, when we multiply root 2 by that, we're going to have root 2 over root 2. Now going further, we can say root x cancels root x. So here now I'll be left with 4 to the power of 1 over root 2 equals x to the power of root x. Yes, that's very good. Now we are done with the first phase of the problem. Now to the second phase. How do we continue from here? What do we do from here? Looking confusing and tricky. What do we do? Now, this kind of equation, something is very, very important. And what that is structure. Structure of this type of equation is very, very important. Let us try to study the structure very well. And what to do from here now is that let's try as much as possible to make the structure very similar. Yes, to make the structure very similar. Why? Because at the end of the day, this type of equation will probably get our solution by direct comparison. So let's try to make our structure look the same. Now, first of all, to achieve that, at the right hand side there, we have x here without a root. We have x here with a root. So what do we do? Let's try to make them very, very similar. So how do I do that? Let's take the root of both sides, square root of both sides. So I will have square root of 4 to the power of 1 over root 2, right, equals root x to the power of root x. Now this is very, very good. Why? Because at the right hand side we now have two similar terms, that the base and the power are exactly the same. So what is left for us to do is to make the left hand side look like this. We just have to manipulate the numbers, which is quite easier to manipulate, right? We manipulate the number so as to have a number to the power of that same number. So we are left with the left hand side. So now let us focus on the left hand side. Now the question is, how can we manipulate this to give us a number and a power that are exactly the same? Now don't forget, first of all, root 4 is going to give us 2, right? So you're going to have 2 to the power of 1 over root 2. Now from here, how can we manipulate this? A very big question. Now just like what we did to x here, right? First of all, this has a root, while this doesn't have a root. Now I can try to make them look similar. Don't forget, make them look as similar as possible. So how can I do this mathematically? Now, because we are dealing with just a simple term, what we are going to do is that we introduce roots, square roots to this, and the power. Law of indices, square roots will cancel square. So we can introduce that here. So introducing that, we're going to have square root of 2, right, raised to the power of 2, then times 1 over root 2. Yes, law of indices, don't forget this roots can still cancel the square as if we haven't done anything. Now we now have roots and roots, very good. But we have introduced a square. Now we can rewrite this as square root of 2, right, to the power of 2 over root 2. Yes, very accurate. So now, having done that, let's now go back to solve. What is solve? Don't forget, in solve, we don't like having an irrational root. So let us try to rationalize this fraction and see where that takes us. And how do we do that? Don't forget to multiply the numerator and denominator by root 2 to rationalize. So here we're going to have root 2 to the power of 2 root 2 all over root 2 times root 2 gives us what? 2. So we're going to have 2 cancels what? 2. Yes, now you can see that finally we're going to have square root of 2 to the power of square root of 2. Yes, this is looking very, very good. Do you know why? Now this is looking very, very good. Why? Because don't forget, our left hand side look exactly like this. Now going back to the equation, we're now going to have square root of 2 to the power of square root of 2 equals root x to the power of root x. Now you can see that we can directly compare our equation. Now by direct comparison, therefore x must be equal to 2. Correct. So this is the power of algebraic manipulation. So try to subscribe so as to learn more algebraic tricks like this to solve complex exponential equation. And if you have gone through this very well, you can also challenge yourself with this question. In my next video, I'm going to be explaining how to solve this. And also, if you want more challenges like this, go to my shorts. You're going to be seeing a lot of form manipulation challenges that you can try these tricks on to make you better at maths. Till next time, have a good day.